It's beer number 8. It's the last beer of Beer52. It's called The Damned and it's just a Pilsner. But what's it going to be like? Is it going to be another drink to enjoy in the summer months? Or is it a drink that you can enjoy all year round? Check out the review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing The Damned Pilsner. This is by Hop Nation. It's the last beer from Beer52, the second beer from Hop Nation. The last one was a pale ale called The Heart, and it wasn't too bad. Let's hope this one is just as good. So it's a Pilsner. What does it come in at? 4.8%, a premium Pilsner. Let's just hope it's just a good Pilsner, because I'm quite happy to get rid of it, to move on from Beer52 this month. Not being the greatest. I don't think it was themed right in terms of the month of the year. But I've already talked about that in other videos, so let's get on here. So, first things first, beer in a glass, nice and yellow. We've got a slight greeny sort of hint. We've got a tinge of greeniness there, which you get with a lot of Pilsners. 2-finger white head, bubbles moving up there quite quickly. Let's see what it's like. I mean, it's got a slight different sort of hue, I suppose, to most Pilsners, so I expect this to have a little bit more flavour, more fruitiness to it. Let's get some aromas. To be honest, it smells like a Pilsner. There's that sort of malty, sort of crackery, biscuity sort of aroma. I'm not getting much in terms of citrus, which you sometimes can get. I just think it's going to be a nice crisp lager. So let's drink it, shall we? Cheers, everyone. If there's anything that's consistent across Beer52 is that we've got highly carbonated, very, very light beers. Of course, with a Pilsner, you're going to expect that anyway. But this is definitely like that. Very light, crisp, refreshing. It's a sort of beer that you want to drink in the sun. And that's the whole problem with this month's Beer52, is that we're not drinking them in the sun. We're not even can imagine drinking ourselves in the sun, because we're in January, we've had snow, we've had rain, it's cold, we're locked down. Does it make us feel, let's bring on the summer? Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose that is really probably what the guys at Beer52 were really trying to achieve. Thinking about the summer when we could be out of lockdown, we could be all vaccinated, and we could be in pubs and beer gardens drinking ice cold beer like this one. There's really not much to say. It's just a bog standard Pilsner. It's light, it's refreshing. It's it's very, the maltiness is quite light as well. It's quite lacking. It's not got a nice sort of malty backbone that some good Pilsners would have. It's just a lager. It's a lager that you would buy. There's nothing really going for it at all. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's nice. It's refreshing. If it was hot and you were sitting on the beach in Melbourne, then I'm sure you'd knock back loads of these. It's easy to drink. It's light. It's very inoffensive. But I want more. I'm a craft beer drinker. I want more flavour. I want more going on. I want a better body. I want something that I can say, well, this is a little bit more interesting, a bit different than your normal sort of lagers that you can go in the supermarket and buy all year round for basically £1. When you think that I've paid £3 for this can, yes, it's a 375 can, but what am I really getting here? I'm just getting a bog standard Pilsner with very little redeeming extra flavours in there. There's not that nice citrusy flavour. There's no sweetness. There's not even a malty bitterness or anything like that. Very sort of by the numbers Pilsner. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for The Damned Pilsner by Hop Nation. Yeah, first things first. It's a lager, it's a Pilsner lager, whatever you want to call it. It's just not a very exciting one really. So first things, aroma. Smells like a lager. There's a slight citrusy sort of smell, but I'm really sort of trying to sort of grasp that. I don't get a maltiness, I don't get any sweetness in the aroma. It just smells like a lager, which, you know, generally doesn't really have a huge sort of aroma profile. So 10 out of 20 for aroma. In terms of the appearance, well, it's a yellowy sort of beer. The head's sort of dying a little bit. It's got a nice lace in the glass. It poured not too bad. It's not the worst, but it's certainly not the best. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Flavour wise, I mean, the thing is with lagers and pilsners is that you know, unless there's some sort of strange sort of can-like flavour or a little bit too much maltiness or too much, sometimes you can get them and they're a little bit too floral. This just tastes like a bog standard lager. Nothing wrong with that. In the summer, you drink it and go, yep, it's a lager, it's all right. But you know, is it, when I'm paying £3 a can, I'm not getting anything extra. There's nothing extra going on. I'm not getting any citrus. I'm not getting a nice malty backbone. I'm not getting a nice mouthfeel. Carbonation is quite high. It's quite light. It's just average, so I can only give it. But it's a lager. You know, they don't have huge amounts of. You're not getting loads of fruit flavours. You're not getting tropical fruits in a lager. It's not bad, but it's nothing special. So I can't mark it down really low because at the end of the day, it is a Pilsner lager. It's not bad. It's inoffensive. So I'm going to give it 30 out of 40. Value for money, yep, we're in a 375 can, but still, I wouldn't pay £3 for a beer like this. Not from a, you know, certainly not from a supermarket or bottle shop. It's, you know, I'd probably rather drink a Peroni or if I'm going to Aldi, a Rossini, or any of those sort of more premium beers that would cost me less, and they're a little bit better actually. So value for money, I'm giving it a standard 7 out of 10. Overall experience, well, as I said, it's not inoffensive, it's not bad, it's just, there's nothing to it, there's nothing special about it. It's just, you know, there's so many Pilsners, lagers, whatever you want to call, you know, Pilsner lager beers, that, you know, it needs to sort of step above those sort of beers, and this just doesn't. It's just very average. So I'm giving it, but it's not horrible. It's easy to drink. It's refreshing. It's light. I'm giving it 12 out of 20. Totting those scores up, we sort of, unfortunately, we're not ending on a smasher. It's a 66 Bon Jovi beer. As I said, it's just a little bit bland. It doesn't really do anything. It's not exciting. It's disappointing, to be honest. Beer52, I expect more from you. I want something a bit different. I want something that I can tell my friends about. I want to go back to those, you know, when we did those German beers and we had some fantastic beer. We had that, we had that one that had like honey flavour to it. We had the one, the Kajvek road trip one. That was superb beer. Really, really good. This is just so average, you know, come on. If I'm buying craft beer, there's so much more craft beer out there that's better than this. And you need to raise your stakes because you're going to lose your subscribers. So there's a little bit of rant there. But that's the end of that. We've got another Beer 52. Before we know it, we'll be drinking more Beer 52. And the next month February, it's called the Best of the UK Brewers. So we're getting UK brewers. We're getting ones that we know about. But again, you know, let's see if we can get better beers, because I've had better beers than every beer that I've had this month from Beer 52 from a supermarket before. You know, so I think they need to raise their game a little bit, or they're gonna start losing out. People are gonna stop subscribing to them. So I hope you enjoyed that review. Let me know what you think if you've had this beer. Let me know what you think about Beer 52. You know, is it worthwhile? You know, are you just sticking with it because you think, well, 1 month is going to be good, you know? Or are you at that point where you think, well, it's not for me, you know, I can go to my bottle shop and I can get beers of better value and better tasting for the same sort of money. So until the next one, keep on rocking.